Welcome back, everybody, to AFK Hour. And, wow, things have been just crazy over in the sea market lately.
All right, so are you ready to dive into a story that's got everything? We're talking rebellion, magic, and enough ice to make you shiver just listening.
Oh, yeah, this one's a wild ride.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how like one person's ambition can just throw everything into chaos.
You're talking about Gale Rex, right? Captain Gale Rex. What's really interesting here is how this story dives right into the heart of a power struggle. You've got the sea market, this thriving hub of trade, finally deciding they've had enough of King Blackthorn's rule.
And they've got a leader, Captain Gale Rex, who's not afraid to make some serious waves. I mean, he doesn't mess around. He straight up declares the sea market independent.
Boom, just like that.
It's a bold move. You can practically hear those words echoing through the streets, rippling out across the water. How could King Blackthorn possibly ignore that?
Declaring the sea market independent.
Exactly. And, Blackthorn's always been the strategist. He kind of just let Gale hang himself with his own rope.
It's like he's just watching from his throne room. Just kind of smirking as everything falls apart.
Exactly.
And it really did fall apart because his reaction, oh boy, it sets off this chain of events that really shows how fragile power can be.
It's like a domino effect. Gale Rex, brimming with confidence, decides to flex his muscles, show Blackthorn he means business.
Right.
He tries to blockading Vesper, aiming to squeeze Britannia's trade routes. On paper, it's a gutsy move. But did it work? Not exactly.
It backfires, and spectacularly so.
Yeah.
I think the blockade was meant to be a show of strength, but it inadvertently reveals a weakness. The Black Tide, Gale Rex's crew, starts running low on supplies. Doubts begin to creep in.
It's a classic lesson, really. It was a bold move, but it really wasn't well thought out.
No, it wasn't.
It just shows how he underestimated Blackthorn. Blackthorn's power isn't just about military strength. It's his patience, his influence, his ability to just wait for his opponents to mess up.
And Gale really did mess up.
Oh, yeah. Even the most daring plans can have those unintended consequences that just snowball.
Oh, absolutely. And that's when things take a decidedly chilly turn.
Yeah, the frozen siege.
A frozen siege descends upon the sea market. Imagine waves of ice elementals, frozen serpents, the whole 9 yards. It's like something ripped straight from a chilling legend. Not exactly the welcome wagon you'd expect for a newly independent nation.
Talk about a harsh reality check.
Yeah, it leaves everyone wondering, is this some freak natural phenomenon? Or is there something more, something magical behind it?
Well, Gale Rex, always the decisive leader, thinks he's got the answer.
The blockade backfired, supplies started running low, and even his own crew started to get nervous.
Yeah.
So what does he do? He turns to Moonglow, trying to win over the mages and crafters.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty smart move in this situation, seeking out alliances. You can't always go it alone.
Right, but it also kind of shows how desperate he was getting.
Oh, for sure.
Like he realized he needed help.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, but here's where things get really weird. Just as Gale's looking for help, the sea market gets hit by this huge ice storm.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about like your average snowstorm. This was something else.
It was something else.
We're talking ice elementals crawling out of the sea, freezing everything.
Yeah, the timing of that was definitely suspicious.
Right.
Was it just a random natural disaster, or was there something more, like a guiding hand at play?
It's like someone was waiting for Gale to make a mistake, and then bam, they unleashed this icy dune on the sea market.
Gale thought he could control things, but he had no idea what he was really dealing with.
And then there's the White Worm's heart. Be careful what you wish for.
Because instead of halting the siege,
It intensifies it.
like throwing gasoline on a fire, the heart draws even more icy horrors to the sea market. It turns a dire situation into a full-blown catastrophe.
A frozen nightmare. The docks are frozen solid, ships are locked in place, and the people who were cheering for Gale Rex just a moment ago are now looking at him with fear in their eyes.
Did their leader, their champion, just become the architect of their destruction? It's a question that hangs heavy in the air.
This is where we start to see that theme of hubris emerge. Gale Rex, his intentions might have been good, noble even, but in trying to control a power he doesn't fully understand, it backfires dramatically.
Oh, yeah.
This ancient artifact, Gale thought it would give him power over the ice. It just made everything worse.
Right, like it was testing him, seeing if he was worthy.
And it didn't think he was worthy at all.
Not at all.
The sea market during the siege was just terrifying. People were trapped in ice buildings, were frozen solid. Even the harbor was starting to freeze over.
I remember reading those reports about the heart's pulse. It wasn't steady. It was like erratic, like something trapped trying to break free.
It was like Gale wasn't controlling the heart. It was controlling him.
Exactly.
And in the end, that's what brought him down.
Yeah, it all came to a head when Noda Cavebear tried to sever the connection between Gale and the heart.
But they missed, didn't they?
They hit the heart's shadow, a magical echo of the real artifact. It just shows how little we understand about magic sometimes.
And that mistake had some serious consequences.
Oh, yeah.
Hitting the shadow caused the real heart to fracture.
It unleashed this wave of energy that scarred Gale with what they're calling cold fire.
Cold fire. Like being burned by ice.
Pretty much it's like a permanent reminder of his failed rebellion.
Wow, that's intense.
It really is. It's like the force he tried to control ended up marking him forever.
But that wasn't even the craziest part.
What was the craziest part?
Gale's shadow, the one Noda hit it, broke free and turned on him.
It's like his ambition and recklessness became a real thing and decided they'd had enough.
Wow, and right in the middle of all this chaos walks in a smuggler named Blue.
Oh, Blue. This is where Chapter 2 starts to get really interesting.
I can't wait to hear more about it.
Enter Blue, our favorite cunning smuggler, who sees an opportunity amidst all this mayhem.
Of course he does.
Blue, ever the opportunist, he decides to swipe the fractured worm's heart, thinking this thing's too dangerous for anyone to have, best I take it off their hands. But the heart has other plans. It latches onto him, refusing to be just another stolen trinket.
It's almost as if the heart was waiting for him.
Yeah. Blue gets hit with these overwhelming visions. Visions of frozen wastelands, silent screams, and a pull towards the north so strong it's undeniable. This isn't just a simple theft anymore. It's the beginning of something much, much bigger.
It feels almost like a destiny, doesn't it? Like he was chosen.
And all this is happening while King Blackthorn is watching from afar, and he's not exactly rushing to intervene.
No, he's playing a much deeper game.
Blackthorn, ever the strategist, he's biding his time, waiting for the perfect moment to make his move.
And when he does, it's a master stroke of manipulation, a real power play.
Oh, you better believe it. So Blackthorn, he decides it's time to remind everyone just who's in charge. He commissions this grand statue of himself, has it erected right smack dab in the middle of the sea market.
Wow.
You know, it's a move that just screams, I'm still calling the shots, even when you think you've broken free.
It's a huge power move for sure.
But here's the thing that really makes you question everything. The moment that statue goes up, the frozen siege vanishes. Just like that, poof, gone. It's almost as if Blackthorn's presence, or even just the symbol of his authority, was enough to scare off that icy threat.
That's incredible.
Talk about a dramatic exit. But was it really Blackthorn, or was it all just a crazy coincidence? The people of the sea market, exhausted, desperate for any kind of relief, they don't even question it. They hail Blackthorn as their savior.
Wow, so they fall right into his trap.
Hook, line, and sinker.
They're celebrating their supposed rescuer while their dream of independence is basically crumbling right before their eyes.
It's a heartbreaking twist. They traded one ruler for another, their rebellion unknowingly crushed under the weight of a well-timed statue. Blackthorn didn't need an army. He just needed the right optics.
This whole episode really highlights the power of perception in politics, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, while everyone else is fighting over politics, Blue's off on his own little adventure, and this one could be even bigger than the sea market.
You're talking about that vision he had, right? The one with the frozen landscapes and Moonglow on fire?
That's the one when Blue took that fractured worm's heart. He got a lot more than he bargained for. It's like, it's part of him now, you know?
Yeah.
He talks about the cold fire spreading through his veins and the visions getting stronger and this pull towards the north. He can't resist it.
It's like he didn't have a choice. He just wanted to make some quick gold, and now he's caught up in something way bigger than he ever imagined.
It just goes to show you sometimes the smallest actions can have huge consequences.
So what's going to happen to Blue? And what about Moonglow? Is it really going to burn?
That's the big question, isn't it? And the answer, it seems, is somewhere in the north, at the end of that trail of braziers leading out of the sea market.
It's like those braziers are calling to him, leading him towards something.
I think they're more than just a trail. They're like a conduit channeling energy from the heart.
You think that's where we'll find out what caused the ice siege? Why attack the sea market in the first place?
It's possible the sea market wasn't the real target. Maybe it was just a test, a way to see what the heart could do before unleashing it on something bigger. And if that vision is anything to go by, Moonglow is next.
Moonglow in flames. That's hard to imagine,
Yeah.
The city of me just destroyed like that.
But that's the thing about the worm's heart. It doesn't play by the rules. It can do things we don't even understand or remember when it shattered. It wasn't just a physical thing. It affected the facets, too.
What can we do? Just sit back and watch Moonglow burn.
That's what makes this so interesting. It's not just a story we're watching. It's a call to action. Players have a choice to make. Do they follow blue? Try to protect Moonglow.
It's like we're at a crossroads. One path leads to the heart, the other to protecting everything we know.
But don't forget about Gale. He might be defeated, but I don't think we've seen the last of him.
You think he'll try to get the heart back?
Maybe, or maybe he'll go after the people who took it from him. Who knows? Gale's a survivor. He's not going to just disappear.
This whole thing is just crazy. It feels like anything could happen.
And that's what makes UOAlive so great. The story's always changing, and players are the ones writing it.
Okay, so we've got a fractured artifact, a smuggler with a vision of the future, a city in danger, and a power-hungry ex-captain lurking in the shadows. Where do we go from here?
I think it's time we dive into Chapter 2. The sea market might be quiet for now, but the real story is just getting started.
Okay, so Blue's heading north, right? He's following those braziers and the whispers of the Wyrm's heart. What do you think he'll find out there?
That's the big mystery, isn't it? I don't think those braziers are just a trail. I think they're more like a conduit channeling energy from the heart, like something's pulling Blue towards a specific place, a place where the heart's power can be unleashed.
Do you think that's where we'll find out what caused the ice siege? Why attack the sea market?
It's possible that the sea market was never the real target, you know? Maybe it was just a test, a way to figure out how powerful the heart is before using it on something bigger. And that vision of Moonglow, well, that's pretty scary.
Moonglow in flames. It's hard to imagine that happening. I mean, that's the city of mages, the center of knowledge and magic being destroyed by frostfire. It just doesn't seem possible.
But that's the thing about the Wyrm's heart. It can do things we don't understand, you know?
So what can players do? Do we just sit back and watch Moonglow burn? Is there any way to fight back against this?
This is where things get really interesting. You see, this isn't just the story we're watching. This is a call to action. Players have to make a choice. Do they follow Blue? Try to protect Moonglow.
It's like we're at a crossroads.
Yeah.
One path leads to the heart, the other to protecting everything we know.
Exactly.
This whole situation is so volatile, it feels like it could explode at any moment.
That's what I love, The stories, it's always changing, and players are the ones who shape it.
This is seriously intense. So we've got a fractured artifact, a smuggler on a quest to figure out his destiny, a city in danger, and a power-hungry ex-captain somewhere out there waiting for his chance. What happens next?
Well, that's up to the players to decide, isn't it? And that's what's so great about UOAlive. It's a living, breathing world where anything is possible. We've seen political intrigue, ancient magic, a threat that could destroy everything, and a hero's journey into the unknown. It's all part of what makes this game so captivating.
I'm definitely logging in as soon as we're done here. I need to see what happens next.
I think we all do.
Well, thanks for joining us on AFK Hour, everyone. Until next time, what kind of legend would you create in the world of UOAlive? Think about it.
Think about it.